Hi everyone, it's Mari Clarke here, and I'm the Sunday Spotlight contributor today for the Crafty Maven Getaway channel. Here on YouTube, I'm here with my cup of joe, and I'm just going to introduce myself and talk a little bit about me, and then I will talk a little bit about my crafty style and so on. So I'm from a province in Canada named Saskatchewan. And Saskatchewan is a huge land mass with not very many people. So we have just over 1 million people here in Saskatchewan, and it's a very, very rural province that's primarily agricultural. My husband and I live in a rural area, and we do not farm. We're not farmers. We're one of the very few in our community that don't. I grew up on a farm, but my husband did not. And I'm a high school English teacher, and I commute to work every day. I don't teach in the little town that we live in. I commute to a bigger center. And my husband is a small business owner. He is a woodworker, and he manufactures cabinet doors, and he sends his products all over this province and other provinces. So his business, I guess, doesn't necessarily depend on our local economy, but definitely on the agricultural economy as a whole, for sure. So that's a little bit about where I'm from, and I love where we're from. It's beautiful, wide open spaces and quiet, and we really like it. It's home for us. And we have 2 kids. We have 2 adult children. Our son, the oldest, is 23, and our daughter is 20, and they both live in a city that's about 2.5 hours from us. And our son is an electrical engineer. He's been out of school for about a year, and he works on the research sort of area of the university campus in the city where he lives. And my daughter is going into her 4th year of nursing at the university in that city as well. So yeah, that's our kids. They're grown, they're out of the house, and my husband and I are definitely empty nesters. And my daughter is home for the summer right now, working at the long-term care home here, and it's nice to have her home for the summer, so that's great. You know, I started crafting long time ago, and definitely as a kid, and really enjoyed all kinds of different crafts and doing all sorts of different crafty things, and mostly sketching and painting. And as that sort of as I've grown into an adult, and my things have happened, and I went to university and had kids and all that kind of thing, you know, that crafting time sort of, you know, changed, and I always didn't have a lot of time to do crafty endeavors, but certainly always sort of had that on the back burner for sure. And as my kids were growing, I got into scrapbooking, and probably the early 90s, I would say, definitely by the time Jordan was, you know, 3 or 4. So early to mid 90s, I started scrapbooking. That's a rough guesstimate. So I didn't actually go into one of the scrapbooks and find the earliest sort of layout, but that's just kind of the rough estimate of when I would have started. And, you know, my style in scrapbooking is, you know, really not sort of one specific style. I like doing clean layouts. I like doing layouts with lots of paper and, you know, mixed media and messy and whatever. So definitely all kinds of different styles in my scrapbooks. And I'm going to show you some of my scrapping here in a bit. One of the things that somebody had mentioned that people had asked a question about, or someone had asked a question about on the Crafty Maven Getaway community Facebook page, is what are some of the things that you struggle with as a scrapper? And I think probably the biggest struggle that I have, besides spending too much money on scrap supplies, is just the whole idea that, you know, my kids are grown, and when they were little, I took hundreds of pictures, and you know, for sure I didn't scrap all of those pictures, and I still have older pictures that I can scrap, and I do that all the time. But it's difficult because I don't have a lot of current pictures all the time, right? Because I don't see them that much. And I don't want to be sticking a camera in their face every single moment that we're together. So although I do capture, you know, I capture plenty of up-to-date pictures in that, I still take lots of photographs because I love to do that. But I don't have as many photographs, obviously, as I used to. And so I do find that to be a bit of a struggle. And that's one of the reasons why I started to art journal, is because, you know, obviously you don't need photographs for that, and you can use all sorts of things in your art journaling. And so I've kind of, you know, started to do a little bit more, or some of that, not necessarily more than scrapbooking, but some. And so what else did I want to talk about? I think right now what I want to do is I want to turn the camera off of myself and onto my desk. Somebody had mentioned, well, you could do a craft room tour. My craft room right now is not in craft room tour sort of shape. I think I might just save that for a video on my own channel. And if you, you know, sometime just watch for that on my channel. And I'll do a craft room tour at some point. But my craft room really isn't that exciting. It's pretty boring, and I don't know, I would love to redo it. I'd love to completely redo it. And I'm really lucky. I have a whole room to myself, and I'm not complaining. But you know, I've seen some craft rooms on in social media that are just like, what? Like, that's unbelievable. So my goal for my craft room is I want to repaint it and, you know, slowly but surely do sort of like a bit of a facelift on it. And when I do that, I'm going to share that for sure. I will. Okay, I'm going to take the camera off myself for a little bit. I'm going to put it onto my desk, and I'm going to show you some of the favorite projects that I've done. Hang on. So this is one of the first things I wanted to show you. You know, I know that one of the reasons why I love to craft and do artsy kinds of things is because I had a grandmother, my mom's mom, that just was so super talented and loved to do all kinds of crafty things. And I think probably that's one of the places, sorry for my voice, that's one of the places that, or that one of the people that I sort of inherited that from. And she was so talented. I mean, look at this sketch that she did. How adorable is this, right? I love it. I just cherish this, you know. What I should do is frame it, but I like to be able to, you know, pick it up and touch it, and her signature is on it. And I don't know if you can see that. E. Stevenson is what it says there. But so she was a painter too. She loved to do all sorts of different things. She also made ceramics, and she was a knitter and a crocheter and just all sorts of things. But I also have done a lot of painting. This is a project that I did. I don't know if there's a glare on there or not, hopefully not, but I have given a lot of my projects away. This is one of the ones that I kept, and we did a series of these ovals. I'm trying to remember the artist who did these patterns. I can't remember, but there was a whole Christmas series, and they were beautiful. But this is a little drummer boy, a Christmas piece, obviously. A lot of the pieces that I painted were furniture pieces. So, you know, I did a trunk for my daughter, and I did a desk and a chair for her room, and just lots of really larger pieces too. So, but that's one of the smaller pieces that I could bring up onto my desk. So another thing that I've done that I'm really super proud of is a scrapbook that I made for my mom and dad's 50th wedding anniversary. And this is old school, but this is just an example of, you know, past scrapbooking projects. So you can see that this whole album is just about them and their life together. So this was so much fun to create, and they absolutely loved it. They just loved it. So that's the whole album there, and it's just right full of memories. So grandkids and all that kind of thing. So that's an album that I did many, many years ago that I just love, love, love. some recent scrapbook layouts that I've done. I'm just going to flip through a few of these, and I do still have them in the page protectors, so hopefully you can see them okay here. But just some of the the different layouts that I've done that might represent a little bit of maybe the fact that I just sort of like to do anything, doesn't matter. Some of these are inspired layouts. This one I think was inspired by, I want to say Jana Werner. I hope I didn't get that wrong, but this is a scrap lift for sure. And lots that I don't have videos for, right? Like this one was really fun. We went to the Cave restaurant and I used the placemat from the restaurant as the background for the layout, so that's fun. And I did a whole series of my daughter's grad photos. Some of them I did videos for, some of them I did not. This was a Wilna Furstenberg scrap lift. I think there's a video for this one. Here's another one of Bailey's grad pictures. And this was one of my book chat, scrapbooking chat videos based on All the Light We Cannot See, and a picture of my son. No video for sure for this one, I don't think anyways. This is a picture of Jordan and I when we were in Maui, and I think we went out on a boat to Molokini on this day, so this is just documenting that and how much fun we had, and the fact that I was such a big baby and didn't want to be too very adventurous in the ocean. There's a video on my channel for this one for sure, but yeah, these are just some of my favorite ones. There's no video for this one. This is a scrap lift of Wilna Furstenberg. Once again, just a picture of Bailey from her grad, and I liked using that chalkboard paint on that one. That was fun. And there's no video for this one. This isn't a scrap lift. This was just me doing this one, and it's just my son. This is a photo we had taken for his grad with his violin, and just documenting some things about him. And yeah, this is just another one. A friend of his gave him a spirograph because, you know, engineers, they like things with gears, right? And he'd never seen one of those before, and so that was kind of fun. Let's see. This is a fairly recent one that I did for my channel, but it's probably one of my all-time favorites. And the reason why I like this one is because of the mixed media that I used, and just how Bailey's photo pops off the layout. I really like that, and I like it when my photos can still really be the focal point of the layout. That's really important to me. And for this one I didn't do any journaling because my plan is to frame this one and use it for wall art. So those are just some of the projects that I've done and things that I'm particularly proud of, or perhaps show you about my style and so on. I'm just going to switch the camera around. Hang on. There we go. I'm back. And so you know what, that's really about it for my spotlight today. If you have any questions or there's anything that you know, you're curious about, just leave the question down below in the comment section. Please join me on my channel, which is just my name, Mari Clarke, on YouTube, and check out my videos there, my process and my crafty adventures. I forgot to show you my art journal. Oh well, if you want to see my art journal, all of the layouts that I've done so far are on my channel, so you can check them out. Okay, well, that's it. I'm off. Thanks for joining me. Bye.